Okay, so let's go with this first. So the lung injuries that they're trying to attribute to vaping and vaping nicotine. I had thought, what if it is these teenagers getting salt nick, which I guess our salt nick in America is, we have higher options than anywhere else in the world. At 50 milligrams of nicotine. So let's say, some 16, 17-year-old kid gets their hand on a vape, something like this, I'd say anything with high wattage. They're like, oh, I'm going to put this salt nick in here and get super high on nicotine, which the salt nick is made for a very small hit, very low wattage. Mind you, the bottles say no sub-ohm tanks, but whatever. At least the bottles I buy for salt nick, they say do not put in a sub-ohm tank on the side. That could explain lung injuries based on vaping. You put too much nicotine too quickly like that, it's going to mess you up. That's why they're made for the little mouth to lunger devices like your Orions and your Mach RPMs and your I don't know salt nicks that much. Your little Smock Nords and your Smock Novas, or your I can't think of Pasito. The Pasito's another one. Those are all like salt nick devices, where it's mouth to lung. You do have a refillable pod, but that's the general, idea per se. So, they're salt nick's made for that, though, because it's usually 50 VG, 50 PG. Technically, it would still work in a sub-ohm tank coil, so you'd have no real issues with the coil itself. But someone should be investigating that. Ask these people that have lung injuries. Hey, okay, so you didn't use THC. Okay, well, did you use high nicotine in a device that's not made for? Because then if you think about it, it's really abuse on their part of the product. If it says only no sub-ohm tanks on it, and they're putting it in like a TFE 16 at like 200 watts, it's on them, not on the manufacturer if they even put a warning on it. So that's pretty much on the consumer to be responsible enough to not abuse it. Just like spray paint, people used to get high huffing that. I think they still do. Air duster, that was readily available, and then they changed the formula of it. But if we did away with salt nick altogether, or only sold 30 milligrams like the rest of the world, we probably wouldn't have the problems that we're having here in America. You got. That's what I think the issue might be with the nicotine-related injuries, is abuse of the products, using them for what they're not made for. So, make this a quick video. Until next time, take care.